I'm investigating 3 of the darkest unsolved missing people cases.
Like a YouTuber who entered a cave and never returned, and a child who was lost in a swamp, but when returned to his family, turned out to be something much creepier.
First, we're investigating the Yuba County 5. In this forest right behind me, 5 friends completely disappeared. Their bones are later found completely scattered in random locations unexplainably, and one of the friends is never found. This is one of the darkest cases ever recorded, and we're about to trace their exact steps to figure out what happened. The case starts February 24th, 1978, when 5 friends, Jackie Hewitt, Bill Sterling, Ted Weher, Jack Madruga, and Gary Mathias all drive to a basketball game that happens right behind me. There's one important thing to mention, and that these boys that everybody called them weren't exactly boys. They ranged from Jack, the youngest, who was 24, to Ted, who was the oldest, at 32. People called them boys because they all had intellectual disabilities and lived at home with their parents. One of them even spent hundreds of dollars on pencils.
What? What are you planning with those pencils?
He was trying to draw something crazy. It's super important to mention that they all love basketball. That's how they all met each other. They even had a game early the next morning that they all could not stop talking about. They even had laid their jerseys out, cleaned their shoes, getting ready for this game.
But they would never make it home, instead experiencing a death darker than anyone could imagine. On the way home, the boys decided to get some snacks.
And they all drive just 6 minutes over here to Bears Market.
Investigators found that the boys purchased a couple of Pepsis, candy bars, and one of them bought a gallon of milk.
And the cashier here is the last person to ever witness any of the 5 boys alive.
From this point on, the boys were eager to get back home to a basketball game they had the next morning. However, for some unexplainable reason, the boys instead drove 70 miles in the wrong direction, towards the snowy mountains of Plumas National Forest. So Manus and I took the exact same detour.
Isn't this like kind of freaky? This is like the same path that they were taking 50 years ago and never came back from.
Literally to this day, we have no idea why they were on this road either. I literally have goosebumps right now. That's actually terrifying.
It's important to note that the 1969 Mercury Montego the boys were in belonged to Jack Madruga. Friends and family say he was extremely protective of it and the only one in the group who would drive the car. However, investigators believe someone else may have been behind the wheel that night.
Actually driving this really puts into perspective like how far out of the way this is.
Dude, they're like supposed to be on the highway right now.
Almost home too.
Of the 5 boys, only one of the other had a license. Gary Mathias. Gary was the oldest in the group and had a surprisingly disturbing past. See, while all the other boys had some sort of intellectual disability, Gary had severe schizophrenia. After leaving the army, Gary experienced hallucinations and paranoia. Years before the case, he assaulted a man and served time in a state hospital and jail. By 1978, when the disappearance occurred, Gary had been on meds for schizophrenia and had been functioning normally, but some believe he had a hand to play in the disappearance and could have been the one driving the group down the forest road that night, the very road we were coming upon.
This is... Oh, you're fucking kidding me.
Here, let's hop out real quick.
This is crazy, bro. Can't believe we're on footing this.
No motorized access. That means they 100% put this here after what happened, because they obviously drove up this road.
The paved road continues this way. You have to take an offshoot to come up here.
Every turnoff, they were like, what is the worst possible way we could go? And they went that way. Like they had to be running from something. This is so wild. 5 people lost right up this road because they kept going too far. I think we should go up this road.
God damn it.
Even more now is not adding up. No scratches, not even mud on their car.
How is that even possible, dude? They had a low car with well over 600 pounds in there.
A puzzling detail about Madruga's car was that when it was found abandoned, police described it as being in immaculate condition. No damage, no scratches. It was almost as if it had not been driven up a busted road, but instead simply placed in the forest.
Not only was there no scratches on the car, there was no mud, and I'm understanding why that was so crazy.
This is all mud.
Oh, that is fresh dookie. Why are you playing with the dookie, Manus?
This was a predator. That's fur in the poop.
Are you being for real?
Yeah.
Bro knows his shit.
Us 3 combined, you know, we could scare off a coyote.
What about a bear?
Are there bears here? I can't believe they drove this shit, bro.
Dude, this is not drivable at all.
When police discovered the car, it was found that it could easily be pushed out of the snow by 5 large men. But for whatever reason, the boys still abandoned it, with one of them taking the keys.
And it was roughly around these exact coordinates where their car got stuck. They would have had to make so many bad wrong turns to get here.
It was 100% purposeful. You cannot get to this spot without trying to get to the spot.
I would say I am 100% sure that this was not an accident that they drove here. And where this all gets bizarre is when police find their car. 1, it has a quarter tank of gas, so they did not run out of gas.
All right, so you're telling me freezing cold outside, they still have a quarter tank of gas left. The car can be pushed to be unstuck. However, they choose to walk out into the dark forest in t-shirts in the snow.
And what's so crazy is that not that far from here was another man also with his car stuck.
On the very same night, a man named Joseph Shones was driving to his cabin in Plumas National Forest when his car got stuck in the snow. He got out to push it but suffered a heart attack. Shones went back in his car, but this is when he sees in the distance a pair of headlights. In the darkness, he could make out a group of men and a woman holding a baby. He got out of the car and called out to them for help, but strangely, the group turned off their lights and vanished into the night. This would happen once more with Shones seeing flashlights in the distance, but when he called out to them, again, they turned off. Ultimately, Shones' car would run out of gas, and he would hike 8 miles down the road to a mountain lodge where he got medical help. And it was never confirmed if the people he saw that night were the boys or not.
One other key thing why the police couldn't track these men down is because the night that they went missing, it snowed again. So all their trails, all their tracks that they left walking away from the car were completely covered. There was no way to find and trace these steps.
Kevin, I think your fly's open.
Dude, can we CGI that closed?
Dude, no way. Did you just notice that?
Damn, that's like wide open too, huh? Nah, I swear something pulled it down when we were walking up here.
With the disappearance happening in February, rescue teams had to wait for the snow to melt to search for the boys.
And there's absolutely no development in this case until 4 months later when a group of motorcyclists ride along this road and stumble across a service trailer.
Shockingly, this trailer is 20 miles from where the car was abandoned. That means the boys would have had to hike 20 miles in below freezing temperatures with nothing but t-shirts to get here.
They notice the service trailer has a broken window, so they get closer and they notice the absolute worst smell imaginable. And this is when they see the body of Ted Weher. There's sheets over his head that are tucked all around him, almost looking like somebody else did it. It wasn't just him pulling over his sheets. Then, once they take the sheets off, he looks entirely different. He lost over 100 pounds.
He starved to death.
Which is really weird because they found 31 cans of opened food, and when they looked outside, there was another locker stocked full of food. That would have lasted all 5 of the boys at least a year.
Dude, everything you say just makes this case even more and more confusing.
There's a few other things too. His shoes were missing, along with his toes.
I think I know who did it.
Who?
Talking about missing toes?
No.
There's only one man out here who would steal some toes.
What do you mean by that? This has the police stumped. They don't know what's going on. But there's one thing there that doesn't belong at all.
Someone else's toes.
Yeah, there's actually a whole foot.
Get out.
I'm just kidding. There's a broken watch. They find out that it wasn't Ted's, it wasn't Jackie's, it wasn't Jack's, it wasn't Will's, and it wasn't Gary's. It was none of these boys' watch.
Oh! Was it the heart attack guy's watch?
Oh, damn, I bet they didn't ever ask him.
Why didn't they ask him?
That would have been crazy. They had his watch. That would have been actually horrifying. There's no way we know. The guy who had a heart attack, I'm gonna say right now, for me personally, he's sus.
He's sus, bro.
I think he's an imposter and we should vote him out.
His story just does not add up to me.
He saw a group of 4 people, plus he claims a woman and a baby. So if he is telling the truth and didn't hallucinate, that could have been enough.
Could have been the baby's watch.
Later, when the snow had finally melted and they were able to safely track back from the service trailer to where the boys' cars had gone missing, is when they found 2 more bodies. And these 2 bodies they find are Bill and Jack. At this point, they're mostly just bones.
Probably eaten by animals, just decayed from the environment.
But there's still 2 people missing, and that's Jackie and Gary. Eventually, Jackie's dad is walking down the trail, searching as much as he can, and he sees Jackie's jacket.
Oh, nah.
This description, like, actually makes me sick to say, but he just sees his coat, he opens it up, and Jackie's spine falls out.
Oh, dude, that's
His own
brutal.
dad found it. I, like, can't imagine a more gut-wrenching feeling.
Now, we know that they only found 4 bodies.
They did not ever find Gary.
The schizo.
Yeah,
Like, how bad are we talking? How schizo?
it was severe schizophrenia. There's one account of Gary breaking into a couple's bedroom, and when they asked him what he was doing, he said he was trying to return a ring to Satan.
Oh, hell no.
There's another account where he walked from Portland here,
Portland, Oregon to here.
and he was surviving off dog food, just off random people's houses, and milk.
Milk.
Like the milk from earlier. Dude, he definitely was the one that got the milk.
He had to be. Maybe that's like an early sign of him in a schizophrenic episode. He just like,
Buying milk?
yeah, well, he just like
I like
needs
milk.
Yeah, but like, are you ripping out the milk when you're hanging out with the boys at a basketball game? I'm personally not.
You know, I feel like that's kind of aura though.
It's either aura or schizo.
yeah, or
It's like
schizo.
either one.
Thin line right there. Thin line.
We're leaning on schizo here.
But we're bringing this all up for a reason. Apparently, even the families of the boys were sus by him.
Yeah, I would be sus if my kid was hanging out with like an actual schizophrenic human being who has had like satanic experiences.
He had been on this medication, but the problem is that people think he didn't take the medication the day before the game because of the side effects he would have gotten, which I don't really know what the side effects are for.
It's probably pretty intense.
Probably is. It's probably brutal to take. And then obviously, he didn't bring any extra medication with him. They planned on being back the night they went missing. So the longer they were stranded out here, the more intense his psychosis got. And he was probably, I would say, pretty likely to have an episode like he used to have.
I mean, dude, you're out there 2-3 months. It would probably drive a normal person crazy.
And he was the only other one with a driver's license. So he could have even been driving the car up there himself.
There's a ton of theories on this case. It could be that Gary hadn't taken his medication that day, and in a schizophrenic episode, taken the boys up the mountain road. From there, they went separate ways, resulting in Gary's body never being found.
It's possible that his bones are somewhere nearby, somewhere near us right now.
Behind that sign. Just make sure.
No, not there.
Okay. It's worth a check.
With so many unanswered questions about the Yuba County 5, the next case we investigated would lead to a shocking discovery on camera. This might be one of the most unexplainable things I've ever captured.
Right behind me is where one of the strangest disappearance cases ever happened, and it was all uploaded on YouTube. And we're about to head over there right now.
October 17th, 2014, outdoor YouTuber Kenny Beach uploads his final video. See, Kenny was known for posting about his treks into the Nevada desert and exploring the caves out there. However, one fateful day he would come upon what he described as an M-shaped cave deep in the desert. Out of all the caves he explored, for some reason this one caused an extremely uneasy feeling, apparently even making a low rumbling sound.
Something about that cave just spooked me. Out of all the caves I've ever gone in, this one just made my body vibrate. The closer I got to it, the crazier my body felt.
In his final upload, Kenny said he would venture back out to explore the M cave, but he never returned, vanishing off the face of the earth. And now we're going to that very cave.
Who's really out here doing this?
I actually was thinking about that. Like, I guess he's just hiking for fun, but dude, this is such like a weird place to be hiking.
Some of you may know I made a video on the M cave last year, but just like so many others that have posted about his disappearance, I didn't find it. However, in my hunt for the M cave last time, I did discover in the distance a cave exactly like how Kenny described, and where he went missing. This cave we're going to by far matches best with Kenny's description, and to my knowledge has never been shown on the internet.
You know, this would be kind of a vibe with non-copyright Minecraft music in the background.
I'm feeling like a miner
What?
because I like finding like diamonds. Like,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, that's what I assumed.
How are we both already low on water?
If we run out of water, bro, think about it. We have infinite water. I pee into your mouth, you pee into his mouth, he pees into my mouth. That's an infinite water source.
I'm not doing a piss human centipede.
Dude, this is like when you in Minecraft when you put the two water
Wait,
buckets together.
what part of this is Minecraft? What part
Dude,
of
it's
pissing in
infinite
people's
water
mouth
source.
is
Infinite
Minecraft?
water.
Though Kenny disappeared with no trace 12 years ago, there was one report of a man caught on security camera footage at a store called the Enchanted Forest a few years ago, who matched Kenny's description. Out of all the valuable items in the store, strangely, the man had went behind the counter and stole an iPad. Interestingly, the store is owned by Kenny's sister-in-law, and Manus and I checked it out a few hours ago.
Got a bit of a strange question for you. Do you know anything about Kenny Veach? Have you heard that name? Oh, okay. It's a disappearance from a while ago, and apparently he was seen on like security cam footage here, but
See, this is the first time I've heard this.
Yeah.
oh, that's
I
crazy.
didn't know that.
Someone was caught on security camera footage here, taking an iPad. Probably that one. Like, you guys probably replaced the iPad.
That's crazy. They had the iPad right there. It should be somewhere around here.
We're going off of Gavin's memory. There's about a 12% chance this works out.
Oh, I see it. Oh, I see it through there.
Holy shit!
It's literally right up there.
That is
I think
literally an
that's it.
M.
Wait, let's go over here. Let's.
Dude, that is those M-shaped cave. I thought you were capping.
No, dude, it is actually M-shaped. That is pretty M-shaped.
Every other cave in here is literally shaped like just a circle.
This is the first actually M-shaped cave we've seen.
Shit like this doesn't even generate in Minecraft.
We just have to figure out how we can possibly get up there.
It's right there.
Ethan's a little ant. I could step on him.
My black ass is staying here where it's safe.
Okay, this part might be one of the most sketchy parts.
Oh my God. Are you kidding? Dude. Gavin, we're over 100 feet up.
Easily. Dude, it is right above us, but this last part looks genuinely, like this is bad. This is what would happen if I fall. All right, fuck it. Holy shit.
What do you see?
It doesn't even go deep. Dude, this is the whole cave. Yeah, it's probably like bats, if I had to guess in these. Damn, it doesn't even look like there was like a fire. Look at this view though. My hands are literally shaking. Actually, that doesn't even look like it's shaking. Never mind, I'm not scared at all. Forgot. Holy fuck. Oh shit.
Good, 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 good. Clean. You're on it. You're on.
Whoa! That's actually gotta be up there with one of the scariest things I've ever done. My leg is crippled right now. It was just slammed into the rock.
Dude, that was insane.
Dude, I'm actually like out of breath from my heart beating so fast. Like this is terrifying. Okay, let's keep going. I need to get off this shit, bro. I'm actually wondering right now if anybody's ever been in that cave right there. If not Kenny Veach.
Like, why would anyone go out of their way to go there?
Holy shit, bro.
Dude.
I don't think I've ever felt my heart race like that.
While we did not find evidence at the cave, it was on the hike back when something unexplainable happened. You see, this place isn't far from Area 51 and only a few miles away from Creech Air Force Base. And as the sun began to set, Manus and I began to hear something very strange.
We're hiking back and we keep hearing an extremely loud and deep sound from probably miles away. I think that has to be a military thing.
It sounds like a bomb with a reverb on it.
It almost sounds like a car turning on, but...
All right, yeah. Bro, that's actually weird as fuck.
What the fuck is that?
I've never heard anything
That is like
that.
actually one of the top 10 creepiest things I've ever heard.
I'm gonna get this on my phone.
When Kenny was looking for this cave, he described hearing a deep rumbling sound from it. That's exactly how I would describe this.
It's getting louder.
It's coming for us, bro. This is what happened to Kenny.
They're probably revving the spaceship, bro.
Dude, we're about to see the world's biggest UFO just shoot out of the...
Dude, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. It's echoing throughout the whole desert, bro.
Okay, what's crazy to me is that it is so irregular. Like, it's not like the same sound every time. It's like ooh, ooh, or like ooh,
And
like ooh, ooh, ooh. Like, it's different.
I wonder if it's at the same time intervals.
It's almost like breathing. Yeah.
Oh, that one sounded crazy.
Well, look at these blinking lights in the sky. See, that one was totally different from the rest.
We've sat in this car for about 30 minutes and it like completely stopped. We didn't find Kenny, we didn't find even a clue. All we did is hear what I would say is the same sound that Kenny described. Logically, I can't understand or explain what it was. There's nothing to relate that sound to that exists.
I mean, dude, there's no animal that makes a sound like that. Like, what, a whale, dude?
Yeah, it actually kind of did sound like a whale.
Comment below if you guys have any explanations for these sounds we heard or those lights we saw. I'm actually super curious to know what you think. But our final case is somehow even crazier.
Won't be needing that. And we're here in the swamps of Louisiana to investigate the case of Bobby Dunbar. So in 1912, the Dunbar family comes out here to Swayze Lake, which we found out is not actually a lake, it's a river.
Maybe it's a really long lake.
Well, that's a river. Is that's the actual definition of
Is that, can we pull that up? Can we
yeah,
verify
pull that up. But the Dunbar family comes out here to just go on a little vacation. They come out here to fish, they come out here to camp, just hang out with the big family. 4-year-old Bobby goes to play with all the other kids. When they come back, the parents notice immediately that Bobby is missing. And so the first thing I'm gonna point out is there's alligators here. Yeah, take a few steps up. So everybody in the family starts looking right away.
Being here, these forests are so dense, you can't see anything like 10 feet away from you.
But they search for a little bit before Bobby's dad immediately goes into town to get the help of other people. They have divers looking, they have like absolutely everyone looking for Bobby. Once again, this is right after he went missing. This is not like a large span of time.
Bro, they were on this from day one and he was gone.
This case gets a lot stranger in a little bit, but off the bat, there are some theories. And the main theory is that he got kidnapped. People think someone took him on a boat and went down the river. I think that's a little absurd.
It would be too loud.
Yeah, I do agree with the sound because it's pretty quiet here right now. And it's like, oh no, where'd Bobby go? And then you just...
Yeah, right? I don't know, even if it was like a canoe or some like goofy shit.
Probably would have been like a canoe. But the other theory, which has a lot more evidence, is that he was just kidnapped wandering around. And they believe they knew where he went. There's a railroad track somewhere over here, and a lot of sketchy people, they put it back in the day, would hang around there. The good old railroad tracks.
You have experience with those.
I did almost get hit by a train. Oh shit. And then there's one more theory, which is that he got eaten by animals. They don't think it was above water animals because they would have found clothing, they would have found some remains of him.
Almost always in instances when it's a crocodile or alligator that eats somebody, there's remains that float.
That's one weird key point to bring up is he had a straw hat on, but they bought an identical one and they noticed that it would float for like a full day of time. So they were like, we would have, if an alligator pulled him down, the hat would have 100% floated. Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, what, are you good? What?
Wait, come down here. I don't even know what that's the skull of.
You found a skull?
Bro's about to get a disease.
This is a real skull.
What is that though?
Deer, maybe? Oh no, might be a hog.
Dude, it got that underbite. Dude, it's hitting the...
While there's a lot of theories about Bobby's disappearance, the next day we would come face to face with the potential culprit, the same culprit that was responsible for the bones we found by the river.
Do not hang arms and legs over the railing. Careful. Oh shit.
Just looking at them, they're so much bigger in person. This could swallow a kid in one bite.
But don't take our word. This is Leo, an expert on alligators.
Have alligators kill people? Yes.
The one thing that's interesting though is that he was wearing clothes, even like a straw hat, and they didn't find any trace of that.
In the realistic world of an alligator, he has acid in his belly. He accumulates acid throughout his whole life, so therefore it's going to dissolve anything that's in his body. He swallows an aluminum can, within 3 days that can's done.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
So your time frame of your alligator being, or the kid being in the alligator's mouth, it could have been dissolved by the time somebody was able to find that.
In the area, they did find gators and they were cutting them open, but they didn't find anything.
I would say you give that kid a month in the belly, you won't find anything.
Anything, not even bones or anything. Wow. How, like, I guess likely would that be during August to like just be walking through a forest to see a alligator?
A 60-40.
Wow.
60.
That's
insane.
Unbelievable. They're fast on
They're
land.
extremely fast. That 12-foot alligator could probably do 30 in the water and probably do about 6 or 7 in the mud.
30 in the
crazy.
Now, back to what we were talking about, yeah, I would put more of it. Being in August, kid wind up in the woods, yeah, he got ate by an alligator. He didn't get kidnapped by nobody.
Yeah, I'm starting to think this absolutely was an alligator. Oh my god.
Oh. Need help with that?
Yeah, I can like hold it down.
Can you hold it down for me?
Yeah. He did not want to leave. Oh my gosh, bro. Hey, buddy. Now, Bobby had apparently vanished off the face of the earth. However, 8 months later, they find him.
What, in the woods?
No, he's spotted in a different state, traveling with a random man.
Bobby is reported to be found over 250 miles away in the state of Mississippi, traveling with a man by the name of William Walters.
They can't really take this kid from this random man without absolutely knowing it's Bobby or without like some sort of cause. So they eventually, this is kind of brutal, they eventually see him whipping the kid.
Whoa.
Then that gives them like, I guess, some sort of cause to take the kid. They take this boy to Mrs. Dunbar, the mother. It does look like Bobby, she's slightly convinced, but there's a few things that aren't adding up. First of all, this kid is not responding to Bobby.
Did they not just ask him what his name was?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that. I was like, couldn't they just ask him like, hey buddy, what do people normally call you?
Got the name whipped out of him.
Apparently she said something like, this is my child. But this guy, Walter, he's saying this is not Bobby. He's saying this is a kid named Bruce Anderson.
Oh, that is a curveball and a half.
But at this point, the story takes a turn that no one could have seen coming.
All right, courthouse.
The good old courthouse.
Big C.
I've spent a good amount of time here.
For what?
Don't worry about it.
That is...
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Nobody was obviously believing this William Walters guy.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like-
he's been whipping this kid.
He's been whipping this barefooted kid, and he's been like changing his story every time they ask him. So he's not to be trusted for sure. I wouldn't personally trust him. So they're about to say like this kid is Bobby Dunbar, and they're about to,
Oh.
not the kid, William.
Oh, that makes more sense.
But this is until it gets to Julia Anderson. Her kid went missing 15 months ago. Quite a while.
that's over a
And
year.
guess who was last with the kid?
William Walters.
William Walters. She had claimed that she let William Walters take the boy for, I guess, a trip. She thought William was gonna take the boy for like a few days. But no, he just dipped. And like, back then, there's nothing she can do once he's gone.
there's no phones.
Can't call him, have no idea where he went.
Can put an air tag in his pocket.
Yeah. Julia eventually makes her way down there with literally the funding of her town, because Julia, unlike the Dunbars, she's pretty broke. All the newspapers at this time, they're just trying to make money. They're just trying to get as many views as possible. They literally said this like large woman doesn't love her child and like let them die. It's so bad. But she goes down to see Bobby or Bruce.
Right.
We don't really know. Right. And she sees him and she says it's my child.
Just off the bat.
Off rip. But the one problem is the child kind of like had a mixed reaction to seeing her. Like it wasn't like he didn't know her, but he was kind of,
It wasn't like,
he wasn't like mama, yeah.
Right.
Mommy.
Wow, we got that in 4K. Can we clip that, actually?
Cut that shit.
Can we?
I was trying to think about this kid, like what he's going through right now. Dude, he's 4 years old. He's been like kidnapped, twice? Whipped by a random man he doesn't know who it is. Dude, this kid literally had no idea who his mom was. It's crazy. Because Julia was broke, she didn't have this higher class like the Dunbars. The courts say he's Bobby. William Walters, they're about to kill him.
Right, he
Which is really bad because he probably actually didn't take Bobby. He was whipping a random kid, but you know, I don't know if that deserves death. Maybe. Like,
ow.
kind of like that. You took that like a good boy. He likes it when I say that.
That's not
Anyways, something in the court case wasn't done properly, so the higher up court basically says, hey, we gotta redo this. They basically dropped the case. And there's some weird theories there that it's like the Dunbars actually dropped it. And that makes me kind of think that the Dunbars knew this might have not actually been Bobby.
Okay, so you're telling me your kid gets kidnapped, this guy's whipping your kid.
You're gonna see the guy that kidnapped your kid and be like, you know what, let him go.
That's unbelievable.
It's really, really sus. That's basically the end of it. It's so extremely sad for Julia. We've seen the pictures. They do look really similar.
like a pudgy, white, 4-year-old boy.
Yeah, I guess they kind of,
You probably look like that. a few
probably.
years ago.
We'll put a picture of 4-year-old me next to it.
I look at nothing like that. This is what I look like.
Yeah. Nearly 100 years later, what happens is Bobby Dunbar's granddaughter. She's heard the story her whole life, how this crazy Julia woman tried to take their great-granddad. But she's a curious person. She looks into the news articles and she noticed that the story she heard is not at all matching up to the news articles. And she travels all the way to the Anderson family, Julia's descendants. She asked them what the story they heard was. And the story they had heard growing up is they had this great uncle named Bruce. They said he was kidnapped by the Dunbar family. So literally a polar opposite stories.
Imagine hearing that.
But there's one easy way to figure out what happened here. DNA testing. She gets the DNA of Bobby Dunbar Jr., which is Bobby Dunbar's direct descendant, as well as just another person in the Dunbar family. Bobby Dunbar's great-granddaughter, she's on the phone with the company. They're like, hey, we got the results. The DNA does not match. Get out! You are not the father.
That was like a music video.
Yeah. So it was never Bobby Dunbar.
So it was Bruce.
We don't know for sure, but I would say almost 100% it was Bruce. I honestly don't think the Dunbars had bad intentions. Mrs. Dunbar might have been going crazy and like forced herself to believe that this was Bobby.
Yeah, they were going through it for sure.
Guys, I low-key forgot to film an outro for this video, but I am working on the greatest merch drop ever. If you're at all interested in it, I'm doing a super limited drop. So go to mystery.shop. Yes, I own it. Subtle flex. Type in your email and you'll get notified the second anything drops. But other than that, guys, what was your favorite case from this video? Are there absolutely any theories you have on any of these? I would actually love to hear it. I love looking through you guys' comments. I see a lot of you guys comment that you're watching this before bed and you're scared. Oh, you're scared? What if I was under your bed? Or what if I was in your closet? Or, ooh, did you hear that scratch over there? That might have been me. Love you guys. Good night.